The delivery waiting room was full of other women, with bellies as big as Namsan Mountain, some clinging to their husbands' arms and screaming that they were going to die, while others were nonchalantly walking around, quietly sobbing or conversing with nurses. As for her, the fetus was threatening to burst out at any moment, and her body was slowly cracking open with each kick. Pain engulfed her. As it subsided, she was left with a pounding headache that felt like her heart was in her skull. The nurses urged her to walk if she wanted the baby to come out quicker, but her headache was so intense that she couldn't even sit up. She lay in bed and stared up at the ceiling until her eyes became sore from the white fluorescent lights. Her head pounded to the beating of her heart. She felt her head inch away from her body with every beat and slowly float up towards the white ceiling. But it was then yanked back whenever she felt another wave of pain that twisted her like a wet rag. The alternating contractions and headaches lulled her into an eerie sense of calm as her vision was flooded with white light. The intervals between contractions became shorter and the pain unbearably long and violent. The nurse examined her and said she was ready for the delivery room. Still rising up like a balloon and being jerked back with each wave of pain, she clung to her belly as she walked into the delivery room and hoisted herself upon the delivery table. She could vaguely hear the surreal counting of the doctor as she pushed on cue. Again and again, and a lump slipped out between her legs, or rather flowed out. She felt a wonderful relief in her belly. She lay there quietly, waiting to hear the baby's cries. Everything was silent. Neither the doctor nor the nurse moved. No one spoke. She barely managed to whisper, "What is it? Is it dead?" There was no answer. "Is the baby dead?" Terror and despair pierced through her blinding white senselessness and throttled her. She looked about the room and struggled to sit up. A nurse gently took the baby from the doctor and handed it to her. The baby was a black and red, slightly iron-smelling, enormous blood clot.